Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the Fast Break, the OT edition. I'm Sean Anderson, joined alongside Dave Oster, and this is something that we're going to do after the Fast Break podcast. Since we already got the green screen set up, why not do a little short video? What we're going to do in this one, since Joel Embiid signed his max contract, 5 years, $146 million, we are going to, Dave and I, take Karl Towns. I'm going to take Karl Towns. Dave is going to take Joel Embiid. What?
Go.
Oh, that was terrible. That was like a really bad joke. You know that, right?
No.
I'm going to kick your ass in this. We're both going to take a player and explain why he would be a better franchise player for a franchise for the next 5 years because Joel Embiid signed the max contract for the next 5 years. Karl Towns, I think it's coming up soon for him to sign a max, but they're going to sign it whenever it comes to come up. So I'm going to take Kat. Dave's going to take Joel Embiid. Dave, why don't you start us off, make your argument for the people at home on why Joel Embiid is a better franchise piece than Karl Towns for the next 5 years.
He's a better player. He's a two-way player. He is the most dynamic offensive and defensive center in the league, and I would argue he's the best defensive force in the league. Offensively,
Kawhi Leonard?
Really? Kawhi Leonard is amazing man-to-man coverage. Okay, yeah. Rim protector. I'm going to change that over to...
yeah, there's a better one.
Yep.
Sam White
there's a better word.
Averages 4 blocks a game.
Oh, come on. But he plays on a trash team.
So does
I know.
Joel Embiid.
No, but I mean...
Joel Embiid was on the third worst team last year.
Fair enough.
Miami Heat were almost a playoff team.
His per 36 would have been at over 3.5 blocks a game.
Hassan Whiteside was around there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the big thing with Joel Embiid, obviously the problem is that people are like, oh, but he only played 31 games. Like, yeah, you got a small sample size. I get that. It's hard to trust that right now, but you do have to trust the process. You do have to say for the next 5 years, he will continue to get better, which is a scary thought because we only saw him in limited minutes. He was on minutes restriction, averaged 25 minutes a game last year. Honestly, for the next 5 years, he will continue to grow. I expect by the end of this year, he'll be playing 30, 31 minutes a game and kind of find his groove. But offensively, he can stretch the floor. He palms the ball. He's a good passer. He's an excellent scorer. He dominates him, and he causes foul trouble for everyone else on the court. Everyone else on the court.
How old is Joel Embiid?
22, 23?
About to be 24, I'm pretty sure.
About to be 24?
About to be 24. No, about to be 23. So about to be 23 years old. Karl Towns, about to be 22 years old. Joel Embiid, how many games has he played his career?
That's a 31.
31. Karl Towns, 82 games started in both years.
And how many minutes a game is he playing?
He is playing 37 last year.
So what's going to happen to those
32.
knees?
What's already happening to Joel Embiid's needs? What's
for
already
a
happening to his
7-footer,
back?
you have a 7-footer who you're stressing
what's
more.
What's already happening to Joel Embiid's body? It's already breaking down.
He's building up.
Karl Towns has not done that yet.
He's building up.
Karl Towns is not a health risk out there. And guess what? He's not a better player than Joel Embiid. Karl Towns is a better player. Karl Towns is the most fluid big man in the game. Anthony Davis looks like a gazelle running out there learning to walk. Joel Embiid looks fantastic, but he's slow. Karl Towns is fast. He can attack like a power forward. He can attack the rim like a LeBron James S. He can slash like a slasher. He is so finesse in his spin moves. He is a guy that can attack the basket from the outside, shooting 36% from 3 in 82 games, by the way, not in your 31 games. He's doing that in 82 games last year, 36% from the three-point line. He's shooting 83% from the free throw line.
How many three-point shots does he do in a game?
He's shooting 3.4, averaging 3.4 a game.
Okay.
So Karl Towns is an efficient three-point shooter right now at 22 years old, about to be 23 years old. He can't play defense. He's 20.
That one small thing. He's
23 years old, can learn, and with the additions of Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson having the best defensive coach in the league will help him develop on defense. And one big thing is, yes, Joel Embiid currently is a better defensive player, but Joel Embiid was supposed to be good defensively coming out of Kansas. That was one of the biggest scouting traits of him. Karl Towns is a transitional offensive player in the NBA. He's a guy that can transcend to the next level. He can be a guy that can take you to that next level. He can be the first center that you build your team around in the NBA.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
The first center that you build around with
you have a one-way player that you're going to build your team around. You have a one-way center who he can only score the ball.
You're going to build around a guy who's played 31 games in his career in 3 years.
Because in those 31 games, he was the most dominant man on the court in every single one of them. That's the difference.
Because players like Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant were all more valuable than him at those.
More valuable?
In 31
more dominant. I said the word dominant. That's the difference.
I would say that probably at some point in 31 games, which Kevin Durant easily played last year, he was more dominant than Joel Embiid because that team was winning games.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with the winning games. That was a problem. But to be fair, the 76ers weren't exactly trying to win games last year. They were going out there aiming at a pick.
So we're going to push that by. We're going to push back the fact that they weren't trying
because the organization was intentionally losing for 3 years. Okay. You're going to blame Joel Embiid.
So you're going to blame Karl-Anthony Towns for not playing defense because he had nobody on that team who could play defense alongside him.
He chose not to play defense.
He also had no help. He had no reason to play defense. So if you're saying
plays defense.
If you're saying that the 76ers weren't trying to win, you could say that the Minnesota Timberwolves weren't trying to play defense at all.
Look at Dieng's stats. Defensively, fantastic.
Joel Embiid was one player who was trying.
Look at your point guard stats. Chris Dunn. I'm sorry, not Chris Dunn. Actually, Chris Dunn wasn't bad defensively, but I was talking about Ricky Rubio. Very good defensively. I don't care. Give me the looks all you want. He was good defensively. The problem is, Wiggins and Towns, your two star players, can't play fucking defense. Not a lick of defense.
They're also young. They're still 22, 23 years old.
You know who else is young who can play defense? Half the fucking league. Are you telling me just because they get a buy on playing defense because they can put the ball in the basket?
So you're just saying because Karl-Anthony Towns,
same category?
You're saying just because he's 22 years old that Karl-Anthony Towns cannot learn how to play defense.
I'm not saying it's a learning thing. I don't think he's trying.
Change his attitude.
I don't think he's trying to learn defense.
He can change his attitude to play defense. He's the most athletic big in the league. He can learn to play defense. He has the wingspan and the size.
Tennis in the offseason. Tennis. Do you know what kind of coordination? It builds coordination. It builds mobility.
Are you saying that Karl-Anthony Towns can't play tennis?
I'm just saying
that's not the argument.
His agility is. Joel Embiid is, I want to say, almost as agile as Karl-Anthony Towns.
That's just not true.
I said almost as agile. I'm not saying more. I'm saying being bigger, physically built, and more dominant force in the post.
You're trading off the agility for the size and the strength.
Who's going to stop Joel Embiid on a fast break? Come on.
Who's going to stop Karl-Anthony Towns on a fast break? No, he's not. Because Karl-Anthony Towns is quicker, more agile, and has a better body that's holding up for him.
Whoa. I say a better body is strong.
I'm saying that has held up for him.
He has had less injuries up to this point in his career, but he's playing under Tom Thibodeau, the man who ruins people's careers.
He played 37 minutes in 82 games last year, or averaged 37 minutes in 82 games last year. He's fine. I don't hear any injury news for Karl-Anthony Towns.
1 year. That's great.
Played 32 minutes and 82 games in his first rookie year.
Again, as a big, aren't you worried about those minutes stacking up so early in his career? Do you think he's going to make it to 27 playing 37 minutes a game?
Is Joel Embiid even going to make it playing 25 a game?
Absolutely.
Not.
Absolutely
not.
Will.
Hasn't been able to do it. He's only played 31 games in his first 3 years.
He was disproportionate coming out of college.
It was only 31 games that he played. That could have been the best 31 games of his career. Karl-Anthony Towns has done this for 82 games in back-to-back years, and he's only getting better both offensively and defensively. Make your final case.
Honestly, I think the final case is pretty easy because on one hand, you have a man who is one-dimensional, and you're saying you can build around him.
Okay, you've also said in the same exact argument that Karl-Anthony Towns did not care and can change his mindset and become a better defender.
I said I don't think he can change his mindset. I think he's choosing not to learn defense. I think he doesn't care. I don't think he has the passion to do so. He had the right people around him last year. They had a guy literally playing center, playing position for him because he refused to play defense because he only cared about offense. He only cared about scoring. I think that's a huge fucking problem. I get you're young, you're naive, whatever, but there's a problem there straight up. I think that honestly, the best way to put this is Joel Embiid at full capacity is a better player, is a two-way player, is more dominant on the court, and across the board, he gives you better options than Cat does.
Joel Embiid is less efficient than Karl-Anthony Towns. He is less reliable due to his injuries, and if you push him to the full extent, he's going to break down. Karl-Anthony Towns gives you the efficiency, he gives you the durability, and he can learn to play defense, and adding veterans like Taj Gibson, Jimmy Butler, and probably not Jamal Crawford because he really doesn't play defense.
Are we bragging about efficiency numbers really at this point for the first 31 games of this man's career? Can we look at the first 31 games of Karl-Anthony Towns' career and compare those numbers?
Again, this is the final extent.
I'm just saying.
What I'm going to end it is going to be saying that Karl-Anthony Towns can be a player that averages 50% from the field, 40% from three, and 85% from the line. That is Dirk level efficiency numbers. Those are GOAT level efficiency numbers. Joel Embiid has a long way to get to 40% from the three-point line. He's got a long way to get to 85% from the free throw line, and he's got around 4% to get to the field goal percentage of 50. Karl-Anthony Towns right now is more efficient. He's younger. He's more durable. and he's more agile, and he's got a body that has proven so far that is not broken down. And if the biggest thing that he needs to do is change his mindset, adding 2 veterans like Jimmy Butler and Taj Gibson, both who have been in the playoffs for the long term of their career, can really help swing that in the right momentum. But we are going to look to the people of the comments. Who are you taking?
TTP, baby.
Or Joel Embiid? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, check out patreon.com/mostvaluable podcast. If you check out that $10 mark, which Jake did, you can be on the Fast Break podcast, Primetime podcast, the Onside Kick, or the Rick and Johnny podcast if you like. We also got some also great perks like monthly Patreon podcasts over there. But for Dave Oster and the loser of the Fast Break OT edition #1, I'm Sean Anderson.
Keep telling yourself that.
We'll see you next time.